today we will be making a pastry called Kanafeh. Kanafeh is consumed throughout the region. It's basically a warm cheesecake. Some people, like Helen Rosner, who's a great friend from the New Yorker, will refer to it as a big cheese cookie. Um, but it is the national dessert of Palestine, and is also like widely consumed in Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and actually the entire region as well as in Israel. And it started all at the Ottoman Empire, and basically it's phyllo dough with cheese, and that particular dessert really went all the way to Andalusia. So it has a lot of history. However, the one variation of this dessert, which actually also the Greeks have, I mean, Trader Joe's has knafe now that you can buy frozen, um, manifested really in the city of Nablus in the West Bank, which became the most prominent version of knafe, which is really we call knafe na'me, which is a soft knafe. The difference between both of them is that one is a little stringy with phyllo dough, and the other one is made with semolina, so it looks like a regular bottom cake or like a crusted cake. Now, of course, after the diaspora, the dessert actually really went all over the place and became a very popular item on the menu. And in the United States, it became more popularized as more Middle Eastern restaurants came online, and along with hummus, along with manouche, along with different variations of food, this became the dessert. So Chef Alex today is going to do the dessert because he has his own spin on it. And I'll let you, Chef, take it from there.
All right, guys. It's good to know and good to be here with you. And today you have the kid at home, right? And first of all, we have to do the syrup, okay? Do you guys have sugar and water, right? Sugar, water, lemon, cinnamon, and cardamom, right?
So he's making the simple syrup right now. And that simple syrup really can be done for any kind of dessert. We put it on baklava. We put it on actually every single dessert in the Middle East. That's the only way we sweeten things. So now you're getting a way to make simple syrup.
Right. First of all, I don't know if they reheat the oven.
Preheat the oven, yeah, let's
please, first of all, please reheat the oven, turn on the oven, 500 degrees. First of all.
Preheat oven for 500 degrees.
And then after that, let me know if you are ready with the oven. They can talk to you. So now I wait for it. All right. Is the oven is preheating? We can make the syrup. So first of all, we have to put the water. Don't put all the water. It's something like that left.
So basically, I would say a quarter cup.
Yeah, quarter cup. But put all the sugar and mix it all.
So the idea is to dissolve the entire amount of sugar into the water.
Yeah, the fire has to be a medium heat.
So it doesn't necessarily burn too much.
And Makai wants to know about how much water again there, Chef?
A quarter cup.
Quarter cup of water.
Yep. But the entire amount of sugar. It's going to sound like a crazy ratio, but once you do it, it's fine because you don't want to end up with a lot of simple syrup.
When the sugar is dissolved, you have to put the cardamom and the cinnamon.
The cardamom and the cinnamon are not necessarily a mandatory. We add them for aromatic flavors and things like that. Usually it's just lemon juice and sugar and water. But this one gives it a little bit more depth with the simple syrup.
Now just leave it there to boil, like
Just
small
bring,
fire.
yeah, just
bring
basically
boil.
bring it to boil. The moment that you bring it to boil, you turn it off and we leave it until it becomes to room temperature.
Are we using all the sugar?
All the sugar, that is correct.
And you just put the cinnamon and the cardamom in their whole.
Yeah, just drop them, in the hot water. Let it come bring to boil with them in it.
Okay.
The idea is that it's gonna absorb the aromatic flavors of those two items.
Okay.
I love Danielle. I love that your kid is with you cooking. I love that so much. She's making kanafeh. All right, hi. How are you?
You're doing great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, how much sugar is it?
So you're putting in the entire, which is 1 cup of sugar, right? It is a lot compared to the ratio of water, but you're not using the entire amount of the syrup on the kanafeh at the end. It's just that's the quantity.
You guys doing great job there. I saw.
Bolar wants to know, Chef, should we put in the cinnamon and the lemon at this moment?
Oh, the cinnamon is fine. The lemon at the end.
All right. So cinnamon in there now, but lemon
Yes.
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And for our friends who are joining us from throughout the world and maybe didn't get the kits, chefs, would you mind just listing the ingredients that we have here in the kits for those of us joining us from afar?
So we do have Kanafeh. We do have clarified butter or regular butter if you don't have clarified. And I have mozzarella cheese, lemon, sugar 1 cup, 1 cup of water, and cinnamon stick and 1 cardamom each.
Now Kanafeh, which if you don't know what that is, right? It's like literally shredded phyllo dough. You can get it at any of the Mediterranean supermarkets if you have them in your area. You just go buy the Kanafeh rolls. They come usually frozen, but then they come in rolls and you need to have them shredded in the blender.
Right, if you guys done with syrup, we can continue with Kanafeh dough.
Mm-hmm. So now this is the best part of the process. You're really making the crust for cheese. Okay, somebody joined late, and that is really the most delicious part of the process. Really, the cheese. Of course, traditionally we would use Akkawi and Nabilsi cheese. The idea is that's a sweet and sour cheese. Nabilsi is the salty one, and then Akkawi is the sweet one from the city of Akka. And but here we're using mozzarella because it gives you that nice, beautiful pull at the end.
All right. If your syrup is boiled, we can turn it off the fire. It's all these consistencies, you see? It will be like that. So now I will put some lemon, about half a teaspoon of lemon juice. That will make too acid, but balance the sugar. Okay, if you put some acid in the syrup will be not too sweet, and less like repose here and to use later with the kanafeh, right? So now, if you have microwave, let's melt the butter in the microwave for at least say 20 seconds. And then because I don't have microwave, I have to put it on fire for a little for some seconds too. From the microwave, it will be like this. Okay. This is from my fire. That's all I have right now. So, are you guys ready with the butter? To say yes? Everybody say yes? All right. Now we have the Kanafeh. Kanafeh, we will make soup, like divide by 2. All right? Because for the Kanafeh, if you have the container, we have to do bottom and top. Okay? It's like
Tartar.
like we have to do Kanafeh bottom and Kanafeh on top.
So the idea is that we have to layer the package, right? So the bottom of the Kanafeh, that's the crust, and then we're gonna put the cheese on top,
And
And
the
then-
Kanafeh on top.
and then also one more time we're gonna layer another crust, and this is gonna get baked and then flipped. So we will do that together. So make sure you layer everything.
Okay. Now, but wait, you need 2 containers,
2 bowls.
2 bowls, 2 bowls. If you guys have some, 2 bowls. 1, 2. Okay. Now we divide the Kanafeh by 2.
Okay. So from the container of the Kanafeh dough, in the 2 bowls you split them evenly half, right?
Yeah, maybe more.
Or a little bit more on one side, because like the bottom needs to be thicker than the top. So let's do 1/3, 2/3. But if you just measure it with your eye. Okay.
Just a quick question for you, Chef Nasser. So for anyone who has the actual dough sheets, what should they do with it?
The actual.
The dough sheets, the file of dough sheets?
Oh, they have to blend it.
Oh, they can do without blender.
They can do it
Yeah,
with their hands.
they can
They
do
can
by
also
hand.
break it with their hands.
Just can break it and make the
Like
mix
shred it
without.
like
Yes.
with your hand, but it won't be as fine as this. This would be in a blender, but you can shred it as much as you can with your hand.
Okay. Thank you.
Do the bowls have to be oven safe or no, it's okay?
No. The bowls are not going to the oven.
No.
Oh, no. The only thing that's going to the oven is this item right here. This is the only thing that's going to the oven.
And that is a tin foil.
The tin foil.
Yeah, we seen
You
it.
can also, if you like end up going to a bakery supply restaurant or a supplier, you can get the small tin cans. Usually they're served in small like circles, the cookie ones, and that's how we would bake.
All right. Now we have to do. My right one is going. The more Kanafeh you have in the bowl is going to be the top one. The less Kanafeh you have in another bowl is going to be the bottom one. Okay? You have a question? Okay. In about 1, 2 tablespoons of butter is going with the top one. And the other rest is going on the bottom one. I think all the rest. How this is it?
This is okay. So from 1 cup of clarified butter, you're going to put on the 1/3 of Kanafeh, 2/3 of that butter. Okay. So the bowl with the less Kanafeh is going to get more clarified butter, and then the one with the bigger part is going to get the less amount of butter. So you're reversing. Yeah.
Now we have to mix it.
So you're mixing the butter with the Kanafeh. You make sure that it's drenched and soaked completely.
You see?
Get to the point where you can hold it almost like like dough. It has to be trenched in butter.
Sorry, can you repeat how much butter to have?
Yeah, so from the 2 bowls of the Kanafeh, you have the 1/3 and the 2/3, right? The 1/3 of Kanafeh gets 2/3 of the butter, and then the reverse on the other one. So the 2/3 of Kanafeh get 1/3 of the butter. So the ratio is inversed, butter to Kanafeh. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
May you show us what the inside of your bowl looks like? Thank you.
And is that about the texture we need it to be, Chef?
Yes, it's going to be like that. You can make something with the stick each other. This clarified butter is not dangerous.
And do we want it like kind of solid together or leave it flaky?
No, leave it like that.
Is it solid?
Yeah, we have to put together here in the container. If you are ready, this is will be the bottom one. If you are ready with this, I have to mix the other one. The other one, I just put 2 tablespoons of the butter. We don't need a lot. Just mix. You will look like dry, but it's fine. This is not the bottom one. This is to cover the cheese. It will be look dry, but there is some butter because we put it, okay? Don't worry about the top one.
So one, again, trenched in butter, the other one lightly with it. And the idea is that one is gonna be the bottom crust, is gonna hold the actual pie, and one is gonna be the cover of the pie, which you don't need to be like that solid. Okay.
So we have the bottom,
The bottom,
and
the
we have
top.
the top.
The texture of this is gonna be like dry.
This is going to be the flaky.
See,
Yep.
see? How you guys doing there? Good? Right. Maybe you have to show again the mixing.
So we have the bottom.
This is the bottom. Oh, yeah, looks good. Yeah. And this is the top one. Okay. If you are ready, we can make the Kanafeh now. Just let me know if you're ready. Yes? Okay. So now, where is your container? This container.
Baking tray. Baking container.
Okay. We have to do the Kanafeh now. I have 1 spoon. 2, 3 spoons, but you see, very fat spoon, fatty. And I put 3 only, 3. You see, this is the bottom one.
So the idea is that the bottom crust has to be thick. Yeah. So he puts most of the, you can put the whole thing into the, just make it thick. Just put the whole thing. Just put the whole thing.
And this is the one that has more butter, correct?
Yes, the one with the heavier butter is now going to be the thick crust that's going to hold the baking process.
Awesome.
And it has to be compact and tight. Make sure that you keep pressing down and it's compact and tight. Everything is an even surface.
With a finger,
Yeah.
just push it down as much as you can. It's in all of container. You see? Push it down, keep push.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Mine doesn't look like yours. It's really buttery. It's not dry and crumbly.
Oh, which one is the bottom one?
Yeah, I think so. It's the one with less dough and more butter.
More butter. Doesn't look like. Oh, if you can strain the butter. Maybe you put too much.
Okay.
You have some butter left, or you use all.
I used the whole 1.5 cups. I put 1 cup in this one and a half cup in the one with more dough.
Okay. If you can strain the butter.
Okay. Can you? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat again what happened?
So I have less dough and more butter. I have like.
You have less dough and more butter. Yeah, that
Right.
one.
But it looks different than yours.
Let me.
You say it's too buttery.
No, actually, it's fine. It's just that, like on the camera, so you see how ours look. It's almost the same.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Okay.
And just maybe, and this is the one with the less dough, the less butter, and more flaky. That also that's on the top. So
Okay.
you're okay.
Okay. Thanks.
How you guys doing? Let me see your bottom part, please. Yeah, looks amazing. Yes, looks beautiful. Okay, now is a cheese part. Woo. Everybody excited. So the cheese part is not difficult. We have to layer the cheese, but like, I don't know how to say, leave some space at the all around. Leave some space because at the other around we have to put the top mix with it. Okay. I think you don't have to use all the cheese because see about third part.
Yeah. So now you are going to stuff the part of the cheese, not the entire container, but you're gonna give it like a good layer. Imagine that it is in the same ratio as the bottom crust. So 1-to-1. You see? Yeah, almost half the container, right? So 1-to-1 of the bottom crust that you just stuffed together, you need to make it just like that.
Yeah, but has to leave some space and all around.
The reason that so what he means by space is that when you put the cheese is gonna melt when you bake it, right? So you want to make sure that it's compact, but with enough surface area that the bottom crust can take that melt and it doesn't over melt on the part. It gets stuck to it. So you see that right here? The cheese is kind of like mounted a little bit, but there's enough surface area at the bottom so the cheese can melt and slide into that.
I just make the space with my spoon. Because I want to do something pretty. Okay. If you left a cheese at the whole container, you don't have like you will have the cheese everywhere, and you don't want to do that. Okay. You see, I have a space now here to put the Kanafeh on top. And you guys need more time? What they say. Okay. Yes.
Now,
Woo.
now we do the top part, the
top
flaky part. Yeah. So basically the same process as the bottom, but on top.
But you don't have to push anything. Just make the Kanafeh, just put it.
Just cover it.
To cover the cheese, but the Kanafeh will be everywhere. You see?
So basically you just like bury it under a layer of the flaky one without necessarily pressing it.
Yeah. Just don't push it, don't press. Just a little bit, make it pretty. And the Kanafeh, it will be everywhere. Okay? Don't push it. Let me see your Kanafeh, please. How this going? This is will be like that. You see, I have this amount left. About one in my hand. You don't have to put all of these. Okay, just cover the cheese and the Kanafeh, it will be everywhere. So,
And we want to use all of the dough here.
We want to use all of the dough.
no, you have to cover the cheese.
Okay.
You see, can you show them?
So we have this.
Don't use dough. Just cover the cheese.
And then we have.
And I have this left. That much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you guys ready to go to the oven? All right. Now, the oven is hot already, 500 degrees. This is going to be cooking between 8 and 9 minutes. Okay. It is bigger than this, has to be about, yes, that has to be about 13 minutes. The biggest one, the Daniele. All right.
Yes, that really depends on your oven. Don't forget here at iHouse, we're using commercial ovens.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 15. You will see the crust changing color into almost golden, and that's when you will know it's ready.
30 or 13?
Sorry, say that again.
It's 10 to 13.
30 or 13?
13. 1 3.
All right. You don't follow me, right?
All right, so Chef Alex is going to go put this in the oven. Our oven is away from our
the actual kitchen.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, but this is not the kitchen.
This is the studio.
Okay. I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, see you soon.
All right, guys. Well, as we are here making Kanafeh, I'm happy to announce that they just reached a ceasefire. So thankfully, everything will be okay, and there will be no more casualties. And we hope to pray for peace, and both people can live in prosperity and equality. So at least we are here.
And Rochelle has a question while we wait. Does it matter if we place the pan on the top or the bottom rack of the oven?
That's a good question. I will do it on the bottom since there will be more. It depends actually where the fire of the oven is. The fire from the bottom or the top?
It's from the bottom.
The bottom, so put it on the top. The idea is that you want to keep it in heat, but not too close to the heat.
Okay, thank you.
And Chef, while we wait, if you could tell us a little bit about Chef Alex, his story in the migrant kitchen, and how all of that intersects to.
So is this the first time you guys see Chef Alex?
I think this is the first time Chef Alex has done an iHouse demo.
Chef Alex is one of the most remarkable people you'll ever meet. Chef Alex walked to New York to escape persecution in his home country for being queer. And I mean, I don't want to like get into his story that's beyond what's in public space, which you can watch on Brute Media. It went viral maybe a month ago. But he ended up getting asylum. But in the beginning, it was tough. He didn't speak the language, and he didn't know anybody, and he was homeless. And slowly but surely moved up to become one of the best sous chefs in New York City, working at some of the hottest restaurants in the country, including the two-star restaurant Ilili, and became a master of sorts of two things, and mastered Middle Eastern cuisine. And we are so proud that we can empower people like Chef Alex, because the idea of the migrant kitchen, that it empowers migrants to be showcased, be empowered, provide a livelihood, and at the same time grow into becoming more than they can possibly imagine, right? They can have the right examples of success that pushes them forward. And Chef Alex is a true inspiration to all of us in this company. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the most useless people in this company is me and Charlie is being actually the more useful one out of the both of us. So this is where we are.
I just know how to move the camera.
And pitch great marketing ideas.
And so you grew up eating kanafeh, right? This was a big dish popular in Palestine.
It is. So the Lebanese, interestingly, eat kanafeh for breakfast, and that probably makes sense because when you do eat it for breakfast, as a kind of like a pastry for breakfast, you burn those calories along the way. In Palestine, we eat it after dinner, which could lead to diabetes. So be very careful with this dish.
And while we wait, Chef, what about your journey? Because I don't know if you got into your personal journey with the last demo you did. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about how you got involved in the restaurant industry? Because yes, you've earned the title chef, but you don't really like using the title chef. You're more of a non-chef chef. How would you describe your real role as it pertains to the actual food?
I think my journey through food didn't really start that way. I don't advise anyone to get into the restaurant business unless you're right out of your mind. This industry does attract a lot of psycho people, and yes, we are a little bit psycho, perfectionists and things like that. But it is definitely a very tough industry. The only reason I ended up in this industry is because of the 2008 financial crisis. I was at Baruch College studying finance, hoping to one day be on Wall Street as a mediocre banker bro. And that didn't really happen because of the financial crisis. So I was working in restaurants at the time. And Dan basically started teaching me how to look at food differently. And the reason I don't necessarily consider myself a chef, because a chef title is earned, right, through a lot of hard work and a lot of um, a lot of beatings along the way, right? In like some of the hardest and most toughest kitchens in the country or the world. Um, but what happened with me is that when I finally opened up a restaurant a few years later, as an entrepreneur, really more than a chef, um, the Trump ban happened, and we started a refugee dinner series called Displaced Kitchens, which you can look up. And Displaced Kitchens became the answer to fight the Muslim ban. And we ended up feeding around 10,000 people and lifting around 3,000 out of poverty. And the program got adopted globally by multiple governments, including the State Department and also in Turkey and Sweden, as using food as a way to bring refugees to work. And that's how attention came about to the company, and that's how we got into gastro diplomacy. And I realized I could really solve large scale problems through the food logistics network. Um, and that's how it really came about. And some magazines were like chef this, chef that, but the truth is the real chefs here is Chef Alex, Chef Lee, Chef Dan, um, you know, and Chef Diego, and all the people that work in the kitchen. Charlie and I, and we just enjoy the food, really. If they give us, to be honest, sometimes they don't give us any food.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying this kanafeh. Say we probably have another 3 or 4 minutes.
I don't know.
curious to know who we have with us representing what parts of the world this evening, because that's what iHouse is all about as well. We got Jackie
China.
repping China.
You know, I used to be a chef at Chinese Tuxedo, which is not really authentic Chinese food, but it's actually very nice. You should definitely check it out. Mongolia, oh my God, yes, the food is amazing. The culture is amazing. There's a great documentary on HBO that a friend of mine produced called The Eagle Huntress. Please check it out. It's a great film. Yep. Stacey
Where is
Reed.
that?
Sorry?
Where is that place?
The movie or the country?
Oh, the country. Okay.
It's the country's Mongolia, but you know, I was mentioning the Eagle Huntress as the film.
Gotcha.
Somebody said Arizona, or am I wrong?
Yeah, Arizona, but by way of Germany.
Oh, nice. You know, I used to hang out in a spot called Oasis in Phoenix, and it's an awful hookah bar. And I used to go there with like my friends who went to ASU. Basically, they went there to party, and I was like, I would show up every few months because that's what we did. Arizona is a great place. I had a lot of great memories there. Memories I like to forget, but nonetheless, they were great. Oh yeah, Tucson. Okay, that's a different. Yeah, totally not what I was referring to.
By Arizona, by way of Germany, though. So that's
Germany's
quite a
great.
migration.
Yeah.
We got Brooklyn with Rochelle's mom from Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
Pops was born in Trinidad and raised in Grenada.
You know, I have to tell you, I'm yet to meet somebody from Trinidad that is unattractive. All of you are good-looking people. It's unbelievable. It's I used to work at, where was this? Was a Haitian restaurant downtown. I forgot the name. It closed down, but it had a lot of big community from Trinidad and Tobago and all these places. It was really wonderful to see the culture.
All right. Speaking of the culture, I think.
Are we ready?
Chef Alex, how's that Kanafeh looking?
All right.
It's smelling good. You can smell it. And
So
welcome
the
back,
Kanafeh
Chef
is now,
Alex.
as you can see,
How your Kanafeh is going, guys? This is
Yeah.
about golden brown, not too quemado. Let's say quemado, burn. No?
it's not burned. It's brownish in color, right?
Mhm.
So you can see it's a little bit golden, brownish. It's not burnt. Make sure do not burn it.
No. Oh my God. It took about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but they have a home oven. Those are.
Yeah, they have.
So it's going to be a little longer in the home oven, right?
Yes.
All right. Can we serve it? Can we see what it looks like on the inside?
Oh, that's scary. All right, I have to flip it. Just put the plate on top like this. The Kanafeh is here. Remember, the bottom is going to be the top one. After that. And then don't burn yourself, okay? I flip it. And then let's see how it looking. It's not Uh-oh.
What happened? You got a little stuck?
See. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh, we did.
See?
Look at that.
Just building up suspense for you guys.
Now, if you're a true artist, you don't end up breaking this. So it seems like I have to sit with him a little bit and teach him. But nonetheless, for the beginning,
Says the guy who's not really a real chef.
says so. All right.
All right. Don't break it, okay?
And now the simple syrup and the pistachio, which will come down.
Now, we have to wait. Then to put it out from the oven. They have a question.
Can you put your beautiful dish in the camera so we can get a better picture? Oh. Yeah. Very nice.
How everybody going? Yeah. I think
Yeah.
they need more time. Need at least 4 more minutes. I see everybody happy faces.
It's a good sign.
Chef, while we were gone, we were talking a little bit about your story and how you came to this country and started, learning the trade of Middle Eastern cuisine. Where specifically did you learn how to make such a delicious, incredible kanafeh?
I came to USA like everybody, like immigrant, and then like 2013, and I was start to work in a Middle Eastern restaurant at that time, and then that was my school. The name is Elili, and then I learn and learn and learn, and I start to enjoy cooking, and it's why I know so many places from Middle Eastern, and then I enjoy this food, and I can say I am a chef, a Middle Eastern chef, and from El Salvador. How that happened? Because I'm here in USA. We learn wherever we have to learn because we have to live every day.
Amen to that. All right.
Can I see? Are you guys flipping the Kanafeh? Let me see. Oh my God, look amazing. Yeah. Oh wow.
Look at that.
Oh, you surprised me. Pastry chef right there. Who else? Oh, when the Kanafeh is ready and flip, we put pistachio, as you know, allergy to that. Put pistachio on top to somehow something something
Crunchy, give it a little bite.
crunchy, yeah. And then we can put whatever sugar you want on top. This is the simple syrup.
This is the syrup we made, right?
Yes.
Look at that.
I hope you enjoy at home.
I guess we have to see how it tastes for you guys, right? Like, you guys want to taste it and tell me how you think?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. It is for you. Oh,
Oh, look at that goo. Mmm. Amazing.
That's really good.
This was fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy it.
All right.
Oh wow! Look, Rochelle.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Look at that. Rochelle's on fire. Nice.
Flipping it over.
All right. It looks pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's even better than yours, chef. But hold on. I want your son to taste to see if he likes it.
Yeah.
So we just pour the syrup over it, and
Exactly. Yes. Put the syrup, the pistachio, and enjoy.
Of course,
Wow.
you don't have to put like a ton of syrup. Just you go according to your palate. Some people like it too sweet. Some people don't like it sweet. So you go as your palate desires.
we dumped out a truckload of butter.
Oh yeah, it is technically that. That's why it's gonna taste delicious.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
All right,
you.
bye everyone.
Thank you, everyone.